Hello wonderful people, it's Wild here. Today I'll be showing you how to build this super adorable sleeping fox house. Now this build looks stunning, but is pretty simple to create, so this is a great build for any stage of the game. First I'll be showing you how to build this house, and then I'll be giving you some inspiration for how you might want to decorate it. Let's get into the video. For this build you'll need the materials on your screen now. Here's the outline for today's build. It's quite a complicated shape as a fox is not just a box, but you can see the head to the left and the body and tail to the right, and we'll be working in stages so it'll be easy to follow along. We'll be starting with our little fox's face, which will be 8 wide and 6 high. We'll begin with some white concrete going around the corners of his face, and then some white wool along the bottom. Now we'll be building out his little snout a little bit later, but for now we want to still create the shape of a fox on the back wall. That way it still looks nice from the inside. So you can see this next layer up, I've added in the location of the nose as well as some orange concrete either side, and then 2 white wool for the little fox's cheeks. Now you can put in some black concrete for his eyes, and above that some smooth red sandstone, and building up another 2 high with orange concrete to reach our 6 high, we can fill in the whole rest of his face. For the sides of our fox's head, we'll start by placing some white wool here and here just behind the white concrete. Then we can fill in the rest of his head 6 high, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you'll see that the sides of his head is a 6 by 6 square. On the right hand side, where it will join onto the body and tail, we'll be doing a similar thing to that side, but we're going to be leaving a 2 high door. And finally, for the back of our fox's head, we can just fill in the whole thing with orange. Here's what we have so far. Now we can work on our fox's snout. We'll start by building 3 out either side of where we want her snout to be, which is 2 blocks in, where we start building with this white wool here and create a little square. Then we'll place some white concrete and some black concrete for his nose, and fill in the rest with some orange concrete. Finally, to cover up these blocks here on the top, we'll place in some orange carpet. This also just adds a little texture to his nose. Now to make our fox really look like a fox, we need to add some ears, and we'll begin by filling in the whole of the top of our fox with some orange concrete. Now, coming one back, we'll create a little upside down L like this on either side with some white concrete, and then put some orange wool here and here to fill in the shape. Then we'll create a black outline with some black carpet on the top and some black banners at the back. You can see I'm placing banners on the bottom layer as well as the top layer, as that fills in all the way to the bottom of his ears. And I'm also placing them on the side. Very cute. His head's finished, now to work on the body, and we'll come to the back to work on the back wall first. We want to build 4 high, 1, 2, 3, 4, out of orange concrete and come across 6 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you'll notice I'm starting 2 blocks into the length of the head. Then on a diagonal, again 4 blocks high, build across 4. Coming round to the front now, we need to fill in this interior wall here, 1, 2, 3, 4 high with our orange concrete. And then we're going to create a little archway over the door. Like this. We can also go in and fill in this wall here to complete the body of our fox. Now, because our sleeping fox's body is at an angle, we'll need to place some blocks here in a little arch shape. So you can see I've come up and built a cross over the height of the door. And if you look from above, it should be 4 blocks across and line up with the 4 on the back side. Then, where we'll have our connection with the tail, we need to place in some blocks of glass, 4 going across from his eye to where we have this arch. Now's a good time to fill in your floor, and I'm using strip spruce logs here as foxes are at home in a spruce forest. You can see I filled in the head and the body, and now I'm filling in where the tail will go, which is a 3x6 rectangle as well as the door here. Now that the floor's in, we can add in the roof of the body with some orange concrete. And now we can work on the tail. For our fox's tail, we'll start at the end by placing in an iron door and surrounding it with some white wool. You can then put in your stone button and spruce pressure plate. Now we'll build back another 2, another 1 and another 2 to create this kind of texture where the white fur will meet the orange fur, and we'll do this again on the top. For the rest of the tail, we'll just be using orange concrete. We'll be building a cross like this and filling in the whole rest of the tail. There we go. Alright, let's have a look at some ways to decorate your fox house. I've created a small pond in front of my sleeping fox with a little spruce bridge leading over it, and I've used greens and whites and the occasional pop of orange to decorate. Going inside, the first room is like an entryway with some storage with barrels and some berry bushes, a fox's favourite food. I've also used things from around a spruce forest to decorate the walls. The next room, in what is the body of the fox, I've created a small kitchen. Now this is many of the things you could use in survival, but if you are creating this in survival, you can make this more utilitarian. I even have a little sleeping fox here on my loom. Another one of my favourite details is to use some banners, which create a nice separation between the kitchen and the living room. Here in the living room, I've created a nice fireplace. It's small, but it does make the space feel cozy, and I can take a seat on my little couch, which I've made with some dark oak stairs and some banners. I've also got some shelving and some more of my spruce forest themed decor. Now we can head up our little ladder to our bedroom on a mezzanine floor. What a great view! You can look down at the fireplace and it's nice and warm. The important thing to remember when decorating a space like this, especially one which is limited on space, is to keep your block palette small. So I've used spruce, a little bit of dark oak, and then things found in a spruce forest. It's also nice to add lots of detail, which really makes your space feel full and lived in. So I've got pictures on the walls, and I've used sea pickles and turtle eggs for decor. So now you know how to build and decorate a super sweet sleeping fox house. Please consider subscribing and check out my Discord to share a picture of your build. I'd love to see it. See you in another video!